What I'm trying to do here is hang the picture a little higher on the wall for the people of this region. Every child ought to see something beautiful before he's 6 years old, something he will remember all his life. And there hasn't been too much beauty in this part of the country in the past. In an entry for the New Georgia Encyclopedia, written on February 3, 2006, K. Lanning Minshew noted that Kason J. Calloway stated this to one of its guests. As residents of West Central Georgia, it is important that you know all about Calloway Gardens' history, landscapes, and events. It is important that you know this because this is a local area resort that is located in Pine Mountain, Georgia, that was built for us to visit, enjoy, and learn from. As a child who grew up in Harris County, I have had the opportunity to experience all that Calloway Gardens has to offer by visiting on school trips, with family, and as an individual. Today I will tell you about the history of Calloway Gardens, talk about a few of its gardens and sites, and tell you about some annual events that happen there each year. Let us begin with a brief history of Calloway Gardens. According to the Kason J. Calloway webpage, Calloway Gardens began with a hardworking family that wanted to showcase their beautiful vacation home to the public. Kason J. Calloway, founder of Calloway Gardens, was the son of Fuller Earl Calloway. Fuller instilled a hard-working character in Kason that led him to great success in the business world. Kason's first job was at his father's mill as a bookkeeper, and he took over financial control of the company upon his father's death. Kason retired from the mill in 1935 and moved to Blue Springs in Hamilton, Georgia, his family's vacation home. Kason and his wife Virginia bought the 2,500 acres at Blue Springs for its potential and beauty. They moved their family there permanently in 1938, where Kason began to raise crops and cattle with his hard work ethic. Kason couldn't keep up with his hard work ethic because in 1948 he had heart problems. This is the year in which Calloway Gardens plans were first thought of. On May 21, 1952, Kason and Virginia Calloway opened Ida Kason Gardens, which would later become Calloway Gardens. Upon Kason's death in 1961, Virginia took over the company and continued to preserve, build, and grow Calloway Gardens until her death in 1995. Now that you know a little bit more about the history of Calloway Gardens, I want to tell you about some sites located within the gardens. In a personal interview with Martha Boggs on July 2, 2014, asking about her opinion on the sites at Calloway and which was her favorite, she stated, "There are so many beautiful sites throughout the gardens, and it is hard to pick my favorite. However, I really enjoy the vegetable garden and the azalea bowl. Today I'm going to tell you about 3 sites within the garden: Mr. Kason's vegetable garden, the Calloway Brothers Azalea Bowl, and the Cecil B. Day Butterfly Center." Mr. Kason's vegetable garden was one of the final things planned by Kason Calloway before his death. It opened in 1963 and is home to vegetables, fruits, herbs, and plenty of inspiration for gardening. Another trademark garden in Calloway is the Calloway Brothers Azalea Bowl. It opened in 1999 and was made possible by Eli Calloway, cousin of Kason J. Calloway. The garden was named for their fathers, Fuller and Earl Calloway. It's home to gazebos, pavilions, plenty of azaleas, and a great place to relax. Finally, the Cecil B. Day Butterfly Center was dedicated in 1988. It's a beautiful glass building. It showcases and educates the public about 1,000 species of butterflies. If you visit in September and months throughout the summer, your chances of seeing more butterflies are likely. Finally, I want to tell you about 3 annual events that happen at Calloway Gardens: Fantasy and Lights, the Summers at Robin Lake Beach, and the Steeplechase at Calloway. The annual Christmas light show, Fantasy and Lights, draws in thousands to Calloway between November and December each year. The idea for this light show was brought by Virginia Kason Calloway in 1992. It has grown from over 5 light scenes to a dozen. It begins at Robin Lake Beach, where patrons can eat, dine, and relax as they wait to board the trolley to view the light show. Secondly, summers at Robin Lake Beach are a hit. Robin Lake Beach is one of the largest man-made beaches in the world, and it was opened in 1953. Over the summer, you can experience the Masters Wakeboard and Water Ski Tournament, celebrate the 4th of July, and at the end of Labor Day weekend, you can experience the Sky High Hot Air Balloon Festival. Daily activities include swimming, paddle boats, shuffleboard, mini golf, and the FSU Flying High Circus. It's a great way to spend your days with your family and kids in the summertime. Finally, the Steeplechase at Callaway Gardens is an event that happens on the first Saturday of every November. It's been going on since 1985. Thoroughbred horses race in 5 races throughout the day as people tailgate and watch and enjoy the fall in Georgia. As I wrap up my speech on Callaway Gardens, I hope I've encouraged you all to visit the garden yourself. Knowing that you're all residents of this area, I want to be certain that you know about it because it's so close to your home. Today I've given you an overview of the history of Callaway Gardens, talked about a few sites located within the gardens, and told you about 3 annual events that you can now take part in. With all this said, I hope I've left you all with a greater appreciation and knowledge of this beautiful area in your very own backyard. Thank you.